everyone, welcome to another video of my cooking channel. In this video we are going to be making some Napoleon cookies. And what we will need is some flour, some white sugar, 2 sticks of butter, which is equivalent to 1 cup, or you can use 1 stick of butter, which is equivalent to half a cup, and 1/2 a cup of oil, some baking vanilla, some baking soda, some unsweetened applesauce, some cocoa powder, and 1/2 cup of strawberry puree. And if you want to, you can also use some strawberry flavoring. And if you want to, you can also use some red food coloring. And the first thing that we will need to do is we will need to combine the flour and the baking soda. What we will need is 2.5 cups plus 1 tablespoon of flour. So, I need to measure the flour here. Oh. And there's about 2 cups of flour right there. Then I'm going to need to add an extra 1/2 cup. And that's about 1/2 cup. And then 1 tablespoon. And there's 1 tablespoon. Then we will need 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And there's 3/4 of a teaspoon. Then we will need to mix that together. In a separate bowl, we will need to beat the butter until it's soft and creamy. It should look something like that. Then we will need to add the sugar to it and beat it until it's light and fluffy. And then with the sugar, we will need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. There's some chunks in here. And there's about, that's a 1/2, okay. There's about 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Then we are going to beat that until it is light and fluffy. Once that's light and fluffy, it should look something like this. Then we will need to add the applesauce and the vanilla. We will need 1/3 of a cup of applesauce. Oh shoot. And there's about 1/3 of a cup right there. And then we will need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. There's 1, and there's 2. And then we are going to beat that together. Let's combine, it should look something like this. Then we're going to add our flour mixture to it. we are going to beat that until it is well combined. Okay, I'm going to add the oil to this. I'm going to add half a cup of oil. Then I'm going to beat that. Once that's mixed together, it should look something like this. Then, with this dough stuff, we will need to put it out onto a surface. And kind of push it together like this. And then we will need to split it up into thirds. And try to get it to where each third is equal as the other ones. Alright, and then we will need to put 1/3 of it back into a bowl, and then we are going to add the strawberry puree to it. And if you want to, you can always add some strawberry flavoring and some red food coloring to it, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And then we are going to, and then it should look something like this when it's all mixed up. And then in a separate bowl, we will add 1/3 to it, and then we will need to add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder to it. And there's 1. And there's 2. And then we will need to get that all mixed up. Okay. And then once that is mixed up, it should look something like this. In this last third here, we are going to leave the vanilla flavor. And then we are going to move on to the next step. We're going to need to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and for this step, we will need some cookie sheets. And if you want to, you can either line the cookie sheets with parchment paper, or you can use cooking spray. And I'm going to use cooking spray this time. And then you will need to take a little bit of each flavor, the strawberry, the chocolate, and the vanilla, and kind of combine them together a little bit. You can really certainly make them in any order that you want. And you can make the cookies however big you want to. And a little more strawberry here. Then we're going to place that onto a cookie sheet. Okay, and then the cookies should look something like this. And you want to make sure that you leave a little bit of space in between each cookie, in between the edges and the cookies. And then we are going to bake them in the oven for about 10 to 11 minutes, or until they are golden brown or else set. The cookies are all done baking in the oven. It should look something like this.